Are winter tires worth it? It's time to do my tires, and those are my winter tires. There's the car. It's a 2007 Focus. And it's been a pretty good car, but every year about this time, I swap the tires out and get the winter tires on. But the question is it worth it? Because they're not free, right? You know, you have to buy them. Like in this case, I have the tires and I have the steel wheels with it, so I just swap them. Some people will change their winter tires onto their original rims that their all seasons are on. But if you can do it this way, this is the best way. You can just swap them out and put them somewhere. It works out the best. So there's the supervisor as usual. She's checking out that jack. It's not a bad day today, but it's starting to get really cool at night. And during the day, it's getting to be about 7 or 8 Celsius. And 7 or 8 Celsius is about 45 to 47 Fahrenheit. And we're in Canada here in northern Saskatchewan. So when it gets to be about this temperature and about the end of October, where we're almost at, you should get your winter tires on. So up here in Canada, in northern Saskatchewan, we're in the western part of the country. Canada is a huge country and there's different climate zones. But most of Canada does get snow. You get storms, and some are worse, they get huge storms. And some places like here, we get really cold, and then when the snow flies, it sticks. And it stays, and these tires will be on for about 6 months. So right at the end of October here, and I'll probably take them off end of April. Sometimes it's even middle of May by the time I get to it. But they're intended for winter use, so that's when you get the best performance from them. So I've had these tires for several years, and they've been really good. I'll talk in a minute about the performance, but these are good winter tires. They have a symbol here, like the snowflake. That's saying that they're winter tires, and they're directional tires. So you can only put them when you're rotating on the car, like the directional side. They have to be on this side of the car. So you could move those to the front and the front to the back on each side. This tire happens to go on the other side. I just have it here for display purposes. I'm going to be changing them today. It's not a bad day, but it's starting to get cool. So, is it worth to put these on? Well, I'd say yes, from experience. Like, that's the biggest thing. You know, some people talk that you read articles and you watch videos and they're showing new products and they're selling their products. Here, I'm not selling nothing. I'm just giving you a real life experience. So I've been putting the winter tires on this car for several years now. And the tires are starting to get a little older, but they're still good tread. Still good tread depth, and they're still in good shape. And they're only on, like I said, for 6 months at a time every year. And sometimes I don't drive that much. Like last winter, I might have only put, maybe 800 kilometers, 500 miles on them. Because we have another vehicle we use on a regular basis. Actually, I have 3 vehicles. I'll show you them all in a minute. But if I have the winter tires for this one, I'm going to put them on, right? And there's a huge difference when you're driving. I remember the first time I got these tires, like I was driving this car, maybe 5 years I had this car and I was just using all season tires. And it was performing pretty good. It's front wheel drive vehicle. And since it's front wheel drive, there's a lot of weight in the front, so I had a lot of traction. So I was pretty happy with it, but once I put these winter tires on, it was like night and day, guys. I really mean it. Like, I'm going by experience. Like, you could feel the traction. And the stopping distance, it greatly improved. I've been driving for 45 years. Yeah, I'm that old. I was 16 years old when I got my license. Basically, when I turned 16, I started practicing and then went to get my license. It was so exciting at the time, you know, and I had an old car and I couldn't wait to drive it, so I got my license, and many, many years of experience now. But for most of them, I drove on all seasons, or who knows what they were. Like, some of them were bald. Like when you're younger and you have no money and you're stupid, right? And I was sliding all over the place. Well, it's the tires. You know, you have bad tires on a vehicle, you'll feel the performance. You won't have any. So for most of my life, I drove on rotten tires or all seasons and didn't know the difference. But when I got these winter tires, like I said, it was just a huge difference in the traction and the stopping distance. That's what you really notice. Like, you can stop a lot sooner. Now, you're not going to stop on a dime. You never would. But with all seasons or tires that aren't very good, you just might keep sliding, and it's for safety, right? You might hit someone or something, like someone going across a crosswalk, and you can't stop and you're not going very fast, but if a person gets hit, even if you're going 5 miles an hour, that still could badly injure them. So, you know, you get older and wiser, and safety is the most important thing. So there's a difference with these tires. The rubber on these tires and the pattern, the tread pattern, is different. And when it gets really cold out, the rubber here they use, I'm not a scientist or anything, but they use something in the rubber to keep it softer at a colder temperature. And with the all season here, once it gets cold, it's like a rock. Like you're driving on these and they're really hard and you're just sliding all over the place. So you really can tell the difference because the tire makeup, right? The tread and the kind of rubber that's in it. It's not intended for winter. They say all season, but really it's only 3 seasons. It's not really good for winter. So like I said before, I have 3 vehicles, and it's an affordability issue too. I can't afford to put like dedicated winter tires on every car, especially some that I'm not using all the time. Like just because I have a car there and then swap out the tires and drive maybe 100 kilometers over the winter, that's about 60 miles. So, you know, I bought these a long time ago for this car. This was my main car, this car. I have the Focus. And I got the winter tires because I was using that car mainly. But I'll show you what I've done with the other vehicles that I have. So this is more of our main vehicle now. It's a 2016 Chevy Traverse. And it's been a good vehicle. Like, it's kind of hard on gas, but it has a purpose. We bought this vehicle because we wanted as much space as we could and it being inside. Like, we didn't really want a minivan. A lot of minivans, they're front-wheel drive or something. And we wanted something with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. So this is an all-wheel drive, and it has huge cargo space in the back. So that's why we bought it. But tires for a vehicle like this are way more than this one. Like, if I were to buy these today, these 4 winter tires and the rims, you're looking about $1,200 with tax. And then they put them on the rim and balance them and everything. So you're looking about $1,200. And that's a small car. And that's kind of pricey for some people too, but you know, $1,200 is a little more manageable. But this one, in the late spring, I noticed some rubber starting to crack on some of these tires at the top of the tread. And I knew, again, you're talking about safety. I knew I had to get new tires. I knew it was getting that up to the mileage anyways, almost 100,000 kilometers. That's about 60,000 miles, if you go by that. And, you know, the tread wasn't bad yet, but it was starting to crack and lift a tiny bit. Like, not really lifting, but soon. So I put 4 brand new tires on this vehicle, and it cost me $1,600. So, you know, a big difference. That's just for the rubber, not the wheels. So what I did was, I thought, what should I do? I can't afford to just get a dedicated winter tire with a steel rim, and then I'd have to I would have had to buy another set of all seasons because, like I said, they were bad. So I thought, I can't afford to buy 2 sets of tires and then 1 set of rims for the winter tires. So I put on these all-weather tires. And these are really good tires. I'm going by experience, guys. This whole video is about experience. So look at the tread pattern of these all-weather tires. It's different, see that? There's channels there to push the slush away in the water. And they're not dedicated winter tires, but they're not all season. They're better than that. And I have experience with these tires. Not on this vehicle though. See, that's the thing. You can read brochures and videos and talk to reps and everything. And, oh yeah, these are the best, put them on. It doesn't mean that it's really best for you. Like, you don't know. This is a 2002 Taurus. I don't even use it very much. There's only over 100,000 kilometers on this vehicle. That's 60,000 miles. It's got about the same mileage as that 16 Traverse. And it's only over 100,000. So this was my dad's vehicle, and he passed away. And I've been using this. But When we moved up here to the farm, I needed new tires for this too. The tires were really bad on here. We were just buying used tires here and there so it wouldn't be flat on the street. So I thought, I gotta have a little better tires. So I bought these tires. These are the same tires here exactly as on the Traverse. And we drive it around here in the winter on the snowy roads in the winter, and the braking on here is just amazing. Actually, the brakes on this car with those tires were better than the Traverse there, because even though the Traverse is all-wheel drive, that doesn't help you stop. What helps you stop are the tires. And you gotta have, the brakes gotta be working, of course. But let's assume your brakes are good. Nothing beats these tires, guys. Winter tires are the best. You're gonna stop the quickest with these tires. Like if you were to do a comparison on the same road, stop with these tires, with this car, or those tires. Let's say they were all in this same blue car. So these tires first, you'd slide, you know, quite a distance. Put the all-weather tires on there, it'd be better. But then you'd put these ones and it would stop even better. So, you know, is it worth it to put winter tires? Well, from my experience, since I put winter tires on this car here, if these ever got damaged or they go flat, I'll be replacing them. As long as the car is still in good shape, which it is, I'd be buying more winter tires. Like I said before, we bought this place about 3 years ago. We wanted to move from the city, and that's why this channel is Our Dream Homestead. It really is our dream up here. And there's other videos on the channel if you guys want to take a look, or if you're new here and you would subscribe, that'd be wonderful. There's all kinds of videos up there, and I do different videos. It's not just one thing. I'm not just talking about cars or tires or gardening. Like it's a homestead here, right? It's a farm. It's our dream homestead. You know, we love it up here. So we have different videos, but they're all related to the farm. I have to have cars here. We can't walk to get stuff, so we gotta have vehicles, and we have a ATV. You've seen some of those videos to get around on the land, and but we just love it. But anyways, would I recommend getting winter tires? Definitely. I know they're not cheap, depending what you're driving. You might have a truck and you'll say, I can't afford $2,500, I don't have the money. Well, maybe get a small loan or something, or make some payments. Maybe there's some finance programs, whatever, but isn't safety worth it? Like, and you know, some will say, my car's not worth that. Well, maybe the car shouldn't be on the road. Maybe that car's not very good, rusting out, and mechanically, if you took it through an inspection, it wouldn't pass. So think about that too. Is the car worth it? You know, good tires on a car where the wheels fall off ain't gonna help, you know. Anyways, give a big thumbs up. And like I said, if you're wondering, is it worth it to put winter tires on? I would say definitely yes, and try to do it. So see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.